In the heart of Kenya, a sudden helicopter crash sends shockwaves through the area, prompting locals to scatter in panic. American soldiers swiftly guide the frightened residents out of town, assuming defensive positions in search of the assailant. However, 2 soldiers mysteriously vanish in a puff of smoke. The remaining group opens fire at an unseen foe, only for their leader to witness an unexpected explosion that propels him into unconsciousness. Upon awakening, the soldier finds himself in a prison cell, grappling with amnesia regarding his identity, location, and the events leading to his predicament. His arm bears a severe cut, the police station lies in ruins, and the power is faltering. Seeking answers, he discovers a loose brick in the wall and removes it to witness chaos outside. An additional helicopter crash and the surrounding area in turmoil. Desperation drives him to call for help, despite warnings from a fellow prisoner named Nadia, a French doctor with over 2 years of experience in a foreign aid hospital. As a menacing stomping noise rattles the building and sparks emanate from power outlets, Nadia reveals that machine-like aliens have invaded the entire planet. Terrified, the soldier disregards Nadia's caution and continues shouting for assistance through the hole. This provokes a scolding from Nadia, who predicts that their noise will attract trouble. Unfortunately, her warning proves accurate when a group of men storms the police station, seeking conflict. After dispatching a hostage they brought along, they recall a lucrative reward for capturing Americans. Nadia, unable to comprehend their language, is baffled. The American soldier, revealing his linguistic abilities, attempts negotiation, only to be met with laughter. The soldiers release him, and a fierce brawl ensues between the American and the group leader, culminating in both of them crashing through a window. Meanwhile, the remaining 2 criminals enter Nadia's cell, but she swiftly defends herself using a glass shard, seizing one thug's gun to eliminate him. The other adversary proves more formidable, pinning her against the wall. Undeterred, Nadia discovers another loose brick, incapacitates him, and secures his weapon, promptly dispatching him as well. Simultaneously, outside the cell, the American soldier acquires a weapon and eliminates the leader. A pursuing thug brandishes a taser, but to the American's surprise, he skillfully turns the tables, electrocuting the assailant. Before he can fully process his newfound abilities, he notices looming alien robots approaching. These colossal machines cause the earlier stomping noise, inducing widespread panic. Despite the soldier's attempt to conceal himself inside a wrecked car, the robot scans him from a distance but departs without taking any action. Subsequently, the American soldier returns for Nadia, revealing the name Bo on his sleeve, a moniker she adopts. After gathering weapons from the defeated thugs, Bo tends to his arm wound, and they exit the station, encountering more casualties on their way out. Bo aims to reach the US Army base, driven by a desire to fight, while Nadia deems it futile, convinced everyone is likely deceased. Communication is impossible since all satellites plummeted from the sky 8 days prior. Despite the inherent dangers of the road, Bo rejects inactivity and persuades Nadia to join him. Collecting water and provisions, the duo reluctantly navigates through the grim scene, with Bo experiencing intermittent flashes of a mysterious fight in his mind. As they drive, Nadia reveals her combat skills, acquired during her tenure as an army doctor. Suddenly, bullets pierce the car window, forcing them to halt. They discover they're surrounded by Kenyan soldiers. Nadia attempts negotiation, identifying herself as a doctor seeking safe passage with Bo as her escort. To sweeten the deal, she offers the soldiers their water supply. Amidst the heated discussion, a soldier notices Bo's circle tattoo and reacts strongly, claiming that the duo hails from the dish. Seizing the opportunity, Bo exploits the distraction, capturing the soldier and commandeering his weapon. He fires at a few soldiers, demanding an explanation for the significance of his tattoo. A soldier reveals that there's a heavily guarded American radar station near the west border bearing the same symbol. The soldiers attacked Bo and Nadia under the belief that these American dishes triggered the alien drone invasion, as they are seemingly the last remaining structures. Another soldier attempts to assault Bo, but he defends himself without resorting to gunfire, momentarily distracted by another memory flash. Bo and Nadia appropriate the soldier's jeep and return to the road in pursuit of the radar station. Removing his bandage, Bo notices his wound resembles an arrow pointing toward the dish, reinforcing the notion that heading to the station is the correct course of action. Soon after, they encounter a danger sign in front of a town, with no alternative route available. Driving through the town, they encounter loose electric cables strewn across the road, posing a significant hazard. However, retreating is not an option as a robot emerges behind them. Forced to navigate the perilous cables with the robot in pursuit, the jeep eventually succumbs to the relentless gunfire. Abandoning the vehicle, the duo escapes on foot, seeking cover behind old debris. In an unexpected turn, the robot redirects its attention to a man and his daughter. Tragically, the robot swiftly eliminates the man in front of his daughter. Nadia, compelled to act, fires her gun to save the girl. Astonishingly, when the robot turns towards them, it refrains from attacking for reasons unknown. Tragically, the robot disregards any mercy, ultimately claiming the life of the girl before departing. As night blankets the landscape, Bo and Nadia establish a makeshift camp, during which Nadia opens up about losing her family in the initial alien onslaught. A sudden spectacle of fighter jets soaring overhead elicits hope in Bo, indicating that people are still engaged in the fight against the invaders. The following morning, they resume their journey on foot, traversing numerous miles that reveal both the beauty of wildlife and the grim aftermath of destruction and bodies. Their trek leads them to a peculiar noise that vaguely resembles English speech. Following it, they stumble upon a deceptive recording set by locals as a trap. Swiftly surrounded, the duo is captured and taken to a ruined building, where they're chained to a wrecked car. A passing duo on bikes, accompanied by an approaching robot, prompts Bo's realization that the locals are exploiting them as bait to hunt the robots. As the robots draw near, the hunters trigger a mine that detonates beneath one of the machines, followed by a barrage of gunfire. Surprisingly resilient, the robot remains undamaged until the hunters deploy a chain, toppling it with an electrical surge. However, more robots swiftly arrive, unleashing lethal firepower that decimates most of the hunters in seconds. Amidst the chaos, Bo ingeniously frees them from their chains, and the duo seeks cover as the bikers speed away, drawing the robots in pursuit. Once the enemy is sufficiently distanced, Bo and Nadia cautiously return to the road. While crossing a bridge, Bo initially perceives a light as a threat and nearly opens fire, only to discover it's a photojournalist named Stander. Having documented the alien invasion extensively, Stander shares his photographs, revealing the aliens' dependence on Earth's electrical power and capturing moments of resistance, like a courageous child throwing a rock at a robot. Suddenly, an explosion nearby interrupts their conversation. Despite Stander's reluctance to be rescued, Bo and Nadia decide to take him with them. They succeed in finding refuge in a building, and as they wait, Stander notices Bo's distinctive tattoo. Recognizing it, he shows Bo a photograph of the radar station, proposing a deal. He will hand over the camera if they euthanize him. Bo, haunted by flashes of a mysterious death, refuses to harm an innocent. Frustrated, Stander purposefully attracts the attention of the robots by yelling and throwing objects. Left with no other choice for survival, Nadia reluctantly chokes Stander to death. After this grim episode, the duo returns to the road, utilizing Stander's photographs as a guide to determine the most direct route to the radar station. Despite walking for miles, Bo's sporadic memory flashes fail to provide meaningful understanding. Upon reaching another abandoned town, the camera runs out of battery, prompting them to steal another car to continue their journey. A few hours later, strange noises emanate from the car radio, leading them to a scene of a defeated robot. While relieved to discover the robots can be vanquished, Bo remains intrigued by their weaknesses. Suddenly, a stomping sound and smoke signal danger. Hundreds of robots appear, chasing them with relentless gunfire. Abandoning the car, the duo seeks refuge in a house, descending to the basement in fear. However, before they can share a moment, the roof unexpectedly lifts. An alien spaceship appears, sucking the couple upward. In mere seconds, Bo is dropped to the ground, with only Nadia taken away. Flashbacks assault his mind before he loses consciousness. Upon awakening, Bo finds his leg injured. After tending to the wound, he has no option but to continue his journey alone, moving slowly and weakly due to his compromised leg. Eventually reaching the radar station, he is devastated to discover that everything, including the dish, has been obliterated by the aliens. Upon noticing the freshly sprayed graffiti on the wall, Bo resolves to uncover the individuals responsible and stumbles upon another town. As he navigates the streets, a startling sight unfolds. People fleeing from robots, armed with a special device enabling them to fend off their mechanical adversaries. As Bo observes, two different model robots approach him, scanning him before departing without taking any action. This encounter triggers vivid memories in Bo's mind, recalling an incident where he launched a rocket at a robot, resulting in the serious injury of a teammate. Forced to put his comrade out of his misery, Bo succumbs to the rush of recollections, losing consciousness. Later, he awakens in a shelter, having been rescued and cared for by the locals. A doctor tends to his leg injury, and Bo meets his saviors, Kara and Juma. Recounting his story, Juma reveals the grim truth that Nadia is unlikely to return, as the alien ships don't bring back the people they take. Perplexed by the aliens sparing Bo, the trio seeks answers from an engineer named Roderick. Roderick has developed EMP devices capable of disabling robots and is currently working on a larger one. His ambitious plan involves detonating this device beneath the alien spaceship, aiming to disrupt their system and eliminate all the robots simultaneously. However, their attempts to approach the ship have been hindered, as it only appears when a sizable crowd attracts the robots. The urgency intensifies when Roderick receives a message from guards outside, reporting the approach of hundreds of robots toward their town. Juma speculates on the possibility of being tracked, and as Roderick sketches the aliens and Juma speaks, a crucial memory is triggered in Bo. On the day Bo's team witnessed the explosion, a robot seized him, inserting cables into his mouth and implanting a tracker in his spine. This tracker led the robots to Bo, enabling them to locate more humans and hideouts. Faced with immediate threat, Kara contemplates killing Bo to protect her people. However, Bo proposes a different plan. They can use him as bait to attract the alien ship and activate Roderick's device. The group swiftly formulates a strategy to identify the ship's usual kidnapping spots. As they prepare for their mission, Bo mistakenly believes he sees Nadia, but it turns out to be a woman who resembles her. Armed and equipped, the team takes the device through a tunnel to downtown, inadvertently triggering a hidden bomb that claims a few lives. Spotting the spaceship in the opposite direction, they re-enter the tunnel to follow it, evading a massive robot's firepower due to its cumbersome size. However, their journey encounters smaller robots, resulting in Kara getting injured. The team manages to eliminate the smaller drones, but more are on the way. Kara sacrifices herself with a grenade to buy the team time to escape. In the shelter, Juma and a doctor attempt to aid evacuation, but smaller drones infiltrate the area, claiming the doctor's life. Juma races back to his people, discovering that robots are breaching the vents. Despite efforts to evacuate, they prepare to fight against the incoming threat. As the robot emerges, the locals surround and mercilessly attack it. Meanwhile, the team discovers robots gathering people for the approaching spaceship. Bo deploys one of Roderick's EMP grenades to destroy a robot, providing a distraction for people to escape. However, the pursuing robots open fire, damaging the battery of Roderick's EMP device in the process. As Roderick attempts in vain to repair the damaged EMP device, Bo recalls a picture and hurls a rock at the robots to divert their attention. However, the robots only briefly acknowledge him before resuming their assault on the people. A realization strikes Bo. He remembers that the tracker in his spine has reacted to the robot's electrical power. An idea takes shape, and he touches the fallen robot with one hand while connecting with the device using the other, enduring intense pain. Despite the agony, the power transfer is successful, and the device charges up. An EMP explosion ensues, harmlessly affecting bystanders but incapacitating all the robots within seconds, including those in the shelter. As the entire area loses power, the alien spaceship begins its descent, crashing on Earth in a colossal explosion. The people around them grasp that the long-fought war against the aliens has finally concluded. Roderick checks on Bo, who is gradually regaining the remainder of his memories. Nonetheless, he decides to retain the name Bo. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching and have a good day.